I'm talking so fast. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video I have been really wanting to do, which is a Will I Buy It? Samantha March started this series. If you haven't seen her videos or subscribed to her channel, I highly recommend it. Her videos are amazing. There's always original content, including the Will I Buy It series, and honestly I think my favourite videos of hers are the Will I Buy It series, but overall I highly recommend watching her. She does really good, honest content with a lot of original videos. Before we get started, you know the drill. Please like and subscribe. Click that little red button down below and give this video a like if you enjoy it. Let's get started. I'm going to shuffle over. I don't know which side I'm going to put. It doesn't matter. That's on the side enough. This feels really weird. Okay, so I've looked on Trendmood, as you do for trending news. Okay, I'm going to start with the first one I screenshotted. This is the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. I think it's pretty. Honestly, I cannot justify spending that money on an eyeshadow palette. That's crazy money. It's like, I think when it's in Australia, it's something like in the $200 mark. The gold palette it's pretty. It's essentially a neutral palette with a lot of pops of gold. The blue's pretty. It's just pretty. To be perfectly honest, even if it was affordable, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'm not really buying many neutral palettes at the moment. I'm going for original color schemes I don't have. Next is the Jeffree Star, what are they? His new highlighters, which are called Supreme Frost. So there must be a different pressed powder format to his other pressed powder formats. And he's also released some lip liners. I'll start with the lip liners. The packaging for the lip liners is adorable. I love the little gold cap. It reminds me of, I think, some Sailor Moon brushes that I've seen. They look beautiful. The swatches look beautiful. They've got some cool shades. The turquoise, which is called BAT. I don't know what that means. And then they've got some really vampy black and dark ones, and the rest are more typical. They look pretty. I find it hard to spend money on more expensive lip liners purely because there are so many good ones at the drugstore, but I'd probably consider buying some of those unique colours if I do actually make a purchase from Jeffree Star. So far I don't own any of his products, but I've kind of always wanted to try them, and now that people are generally like him, he's a little bit less controversial at the moment, I would probably consider picking up some of his products. I just don't know what I'd pick up first. On the topic of his highlighters, the Supreme Frost looks beautiful. It looks a bit too glittery for me, but they do look really pretty. Definitely would consider trying some of his products, but for now, I think I'm going to say no. The next thing I have to talk about is the Colourpop Princess collection. When I heard this was happening, I was so excited. I was like, definitely, I'm due to make another Colourpop order anyway. I will definitely pick this up. I thought the palette would be, I think it was XSparkage she was talking about, and she said that she expected there to be more colours and to be more colourful like the princesses actually are, and I completely agree. The palette is so neutral. It's got some pink and oranges and stuff like that, but it's nothing. I was expecting, you know, a ton of bright popular colours, and not popular, a ton of bright vibrant colours, and it's just a neutral palette, so that's a bit of a letdown. Some of the Super Shock shadows look pretty cool. There's a purple and that turquoise, and I would probably consider picking those up when I make the next purchase. The only thing is, I feel like the Colourpop Super Shock shadows are great for doing like a one and done lid. I don't like them as much. Well, I actually never use them as a building product, so I'm not sure about those colours being useful. There is a really useful to my collection. There is a really pretty bronze shade. Almost, it reminds me of, what does it remind me of? It's kind of like a, I don't know what it is. I like that one. I'd possibly consider picking that up if I didn't order soon. I definitely want to try the Luxe lipstick formula at some stage. I don't know if this collection would be the ones where I tried it. It depends when I make my next order. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the Hourglass holiday palettes for this year. I'm not going to pick this up purely because I got the one last year and I don't think I need two of them. I do really like it. I really love the formula, and these look super pretty. The one thing I did mention, I think it was in my favorites, that I would have preferred if the bronzer was bigger. So I think these palettes are beautiful, and I definitely recommend getting them if you don't already have one, but because I have last year's one, I'm not spending that small fortune again. It's like $120 and the palettes are tiny. The next one I'm going to talk about is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I love the Anastasia formula. I have their Modern Renaissance, which is one of my all-time favorites. I bought the Soft Glam and I do like it, but I'm kind of disappointed I picked it up just because I have so many things that are like it. But it's a really good neutral palette. It's good to travel with, so I'm not mad I picked it up. I just not sure if it was my smartest purchase. The Sultry palette reminds me so much of the Soft Glam. I think it's pretty much identical, apart from it's got that coral shade and that tan shade. But otherwise, overall, it's not different enough to the Soft Glam to warrant me picking it up. It's pretty, I love the packaging, but I just don't think it's necessary, honestly, with having the Soft Glam. So this next one I think is really cool, and I'm sure most people won't, but it's the Sugarpill Halloween liquid lipsticks. It's metallic, it's a trick and treat, and they're black and orange, and I think they are so pretty, and I love Sugarpill. I don't really wear that many liquid lipsticks, so that's the main reason why I wouldn't pick them up. It's also expensive to ship from America, so I'd probably get something from them when they do this at Black Friday sale. I'm definitely picking up some shadows. Be tempted to pick up both of them. I just think they're so unique, but I don't necessarily have a use for them right now. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Desi Katie Dose of Colors Round 2. Last year I really wanted to pick up something in the round 1. I remember waking up at like 3 AM to have a look at it, but I think by then most of the stuff was out of stock, and then I didn't end up picking anything up because it was just so hard to get them because the times that they released them were horrible times to wake up in Australia. I never ended up getting anything, which at the time I was pretty gutted about, but as time's gone on, I don't really regret not getting anything. It's hard with limited edition collections because you can only talk about them for so long, and then they're pretty, well, it's not that expensive, but then the shipping is expensive for me to get it here to Australia, so I don't regret it so much, but it probably would have really liked. I think it was the Fuego highlighter that I was tempted to get, and then the gloss. They've re-released both of those, so when I heard about that I was like, oh, I could pick it up. There are a couple other things I probably want more that are more unique, like the Nikkie Tutorials Ofra highlighters. I really want to pick up those new ones because I don't have any duochrome highlighters like that in my collection. So those are definitely at the top of my list right now. The palette is really pretty, those shades look beautiful, those swatches look beautiful, but I don't think it's unique enough right now for me to pick up and put in my collection. And then the liquid lipsticks, I'm not really purchasing liquid lipsticks anymore because I don't wear them. I'd consider the lipsticks, because I wear bullet lipsticks, but I'm honestly overwhelmed with my lipstick collection at the moment. I'm really trying to use my lipsticks, but so many of them are going off because I can't get to them in time. I'm trying to avoid picking up lipsticks. The glosses are pretty tempting, especially the one with the cherry glitter. I guess it would depend. I'm pretty certain it's gone on to Beauty Bay, and I'm considering doing an overseas order, so it depends if they're in stock when I do my order. But overall, congratulations to them, and I think the collection is really beautiful. Since I just discussed the Nikkie Tutorials highlighter by Ofra, she's releasing one with Maybelline, and I agree with what Samantha March says. It's pretty odd that she just released all those Ofra highlighters like a month ago, and now she's releasing one with Maybelline, and it's the same type of product. It just feels, I feel she should have waited a little bit longer or release something else. Either way, obviously Nikkie Tutorials is the queen of highlighters, so any highlighter collaboration makes a ton of sense. I can't really wear drugstore highlighters anyway, so I wouldn't pick it up, but it does look really pretty. On the lipstick topic, Fenty Beauty has released some new colours of her liquid lipstick. I actually really wanted to try the formula when she first released them, but I didn't want a red liquid lipstick. These new colours are so pretty. There's dusty pink, and then I think she also has Unbutton that's kind of like a toffee nude almost, which I think is really pretty and quite unique. As I just said, I'm trying not to pick up lipsticks, liquid lipsticks especially, but they're tempting. What else did I want to talk about? This one I thought was really cool. Persona by Sona Gasparian, I think is how you say her last name, has released these color therapy eye kits. I think this is such a cool idea. Like, good on her for original release. I don't think I'm going to pick anything up because none of them are super original. Like the pink one, I would say is similar to the last year's Colourpop collection of Velour of the Ball. Depending when I go online, whatever the other colour schemes are, I'd consider getting one of those, but the pink one I definitely don't need. I do really love the idea of getting the matching liner for the monochrome trend as well as the brush. So overall I think it's a really cool release, but I'm not sure if I need it. On the same, very similar colour scheme for the pink Persona one to the Naked Cherry, I'm definitely not getting this. Honestly, I just don't, it's too neutral, too many of the shades are the same, the packaging's pretty, but I just don't think it's necessary. I don't have the Naked Toasted and I almost got that and I'm glad I didn't. I just don't need these kind of shades. I've already got them in my collection. I'm going to talk about next, or what do I want to talk about next? I know right now I haven't said I want to get anything, but for student budget, I'm really picky with the things I want to pick up. There is the Jordan and Kylie collaboration. The only thing that Kylie's ever released that I was super interested in was their single shadows, which I think was cool. This collaboration with Jordan is nice enough. They're all neutrals, but getting Kylie to Australia I just don't think is worth it, and I do think it's really overpriced. I just got one of their, I think it's in Vixen, the liquid lipstick, and I really don't like it, so it's not really tempting me to try more of her brand. So this is one I probably will pick up at some point. It's the Sugar Lip Treatment Advanced Therapy Zodiac Collection by Sugar. I have one of their lip balms and I really, really like it. The only thing I don't love is the scent, but I do love that it's hydrating. And when I if I go out and I'm not wearing any makeup, that would be the lip balm I'd probably wear. I see that they have a Leo one, and I'm a Leo, but I think this is a really cool release. It's very on trend. Everyone's releasing Zodiac themes. I'm going to talk about the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I am totally eyeing this, but I know that I don't need it. But I love gingerbread, and I love this packaging, and I do really like the two Too Faced palettes I have. This would also go so satisfying with the collection because it's in the same tin long packaging, which is a really stupid reason to get it, but there's something about collecting a collection. It's got some interesting shades in it, like those pinks, the orange, the plum, that really pretty silver. It looks like that orange is matte, which is appealing. It would just be a neutral crease with a pop of colourful shimmer. I think I'm gonna try and stay strong and resist this because I don't actually need it, but I do really want it. I have, oh, how many more things? I have so many things still to talk about. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Huda Beauty Obsession palettes. I think they're the little 9-pound palettes. I don't have any Huda Beauty, why can't I say that? Huda Beauty shadows. I was really tempted to pick up that. I think she did a colourful one called, I don't know what it's called, Royal or something like that, which was all colourful shimmers. But now that these have released, I'm so tempted. Maybe I'm tossing up between the purple, green, or the blue. I think I'm most tempted to get, I don't know, blue or green, ideally both. I'm really into colourful shadows, and whenever I have time I tend to go for colourful palettes, so I think I would actually get some use out of these. Those are really high on my list. I will probably buy one of those. I have 2 more things left to talk about, more shadows. I'm going to talk about the Nabla Cosmetics singles, the mattes. I will probably end up getting one of these or 2 of these. They're not typical mattes. I've been really wanting to try Nabla single shadows because JKissa loves them, and I love JKissa and she suggests them so much, so when I do an overseas order I'm definitely going to pick up something from Nabla. It's just going to be how many and what shimmers or mattes. There's quite a taupey tan in there, which I'd consider, and there's that purple lilac which I want. That's beautiful. And there's a couple other pinky purples which I'd probably consider too. I think it's a really unique release of mattes. They're not your standard browns, but they're not too out of the box. I would also consider picking up that magnetic palette because those feathers are so cute. Is this the last thing I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about an indie, no, I thought it was an indie. I'm going to talk about the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette. I actually have the BH Cosmetics Shine XO palette, and I think the quality of their shadows are awesome. I also have one of their lip liners, which I think is awesome. I think they're a really affordable-ish brand with good quality. They're releasing this Royal Affair palette, which Looks pretty cool. I don't think actually, I'm certain I won't pick it up, but I do really like the greens and the pinks and the yellows, and I think it's it's a neutral palette with a pop of color, which I think is really pretty. Do I need it? No, so I'm not going to pick it up. Actually, something else I'm going to add on, which I didn't screenshot but I want to talk about, is Emily Noel's release. I'm so excited she's finally done a collaboration. I think it's a great collaboration. I loved her video and she deserves it so much. I'm so excited about it. If I can get my hands on her wants palette, not the needs because I don't want the face products, but if I can get my hand on the wants, I'm 100% picking that up. I think there's plenty of releases to talk about. Let me know if you like this video because I really want to film more of them. They're probably my favorite type of video to watch other than fitness videos. That's enough rambling. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you like this, as I would definitely want to make it a series. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later. Bye. So I will click that little button, red button. I'll put the, let me say that, Natasha the Colourpop Super Soft. I just freaked out that I wasn't recording for a second.